Hello YouTube, it's me, Affected Hippo, and today we will be attempting Stepney. To start Stepney off, we will be creating a new look. We will go to triple, large create style. If you can, or if you have gotten the extended bogies to work, then I don't know. use use one of those. I haven't really bothered with it just yet, so I will be working without it. But for Stepney, we'll be wanting a 3x8, well, platform to work off of with the bogies somewhere in the middle. 3 from the front, 4 from the back. There you go, right there. We'll be then taking our Copycat half panels and some red local metal pillars. Now we are just going to wrap that around. There we go. We will be doing something similar with the buffers and the screw link coupler. And there you have it's the base for Stepney. Don't forget to add your red dye to the buffers so that the hardware is consistent in color. We'll start with the boiler next, so we're going to skip the black one up front so we can add a slice and then a smokestack on top of that, and we'll place the black boiler back in. We will want a wrench too, just so we can click on it and get that smoke box door. That's not a required step, of course, but it is, once again, one of those things I like to do. I place a smoke box underneath, and then we'll take, there you go, we'll just click it until we can get the smoke box, the yellow local metal smoke box. I'll have the door texture facing upward, and then we'll just continue back 3 more. So we should have 4 yellow and 1 black. We'll want to add Stepney's side tanks now, so we'll be using the yellow brass wrapped local metal just for the front of the tanks. We'll then cover the tops with slabs filled with the yellow brass wrapped local metal, and then we'll be wrapping the edges with copycat panels, once again using the same pattern, or the same texture of the yellow brass wrapped local metal. Now the reason these are left here is so that you could place barrels or portable fuel tanks to help your Stepney run faster. But what we will do is at the top of the boiler, we'll place in 1. Can I get 2? Couldn't make 2. Alright, so we'll just squeeze it. A couple whistles in there, and I feel Stepney is I feel the thinner whistle suits Stepney a little bit more. You could make it a little bit taller, but then you're starting to push the top of the cab, and I don't think it's supposed to be quite that tall. I just broke it. Okay, it's supposed to be quite that tall. While we're here, let's go ahead and add a couple barrels. These are from the chipped mod. They're just regular regular barrels with a little bit of coal on them. That's why they're called the coal barrels. Now we'll be taking our yellow / local metal and copycat bites. I rather like the copycat bites, especially in this design, because it allows me to create little windows up front and still have them completely contained within the front. And I'm using a texture pack that removes the edges or the borders from the glass. I just find that is a little bit smoother, and it just makes it a little bit nicer for me. Get your seat in. Now, for most tank engines, I'd like to put one back or a train control back here, but there's really not a whole lot of room to play with Stepney, so the Stepney will only move forward. Now for the rest of Stepney, we'll be using, once again, yellow slash loco metal and our copycat bytes. Here's a little like toolbox back here, so we're just going to fill that in. I'm going to go up 4 copycat bytes or 2 full blocks, and at the top I'll create this lip. This will be for our coal. So you can use your I like to use copycat layers here so you can get any kind of variation, however you'd like to do yours. I don't really get too into that. I do not care for leaving that exposed. It doesn't, I feel like that doesn't look quite right. And we will use plated black loco metal to wrap this because Stepney has a little thing over there that kind of hides, I guess, yeah, that kind of hides his coal, or I guess holds his coal. I guess that'd be the proper description. We'll take some copycat layers across the top here, and then one panel here and one panel here, and then that kind of gives him a little more shape for the back of his cab, because we can't actually, unfortunately, we can't actually close this off to the point where you don't squeeze through, because your player is, only so big and you have to get through. That being said, however, we should be good to go with the roof. You shouldn't sit down when you're making the train. That will make it a little bit more difficult. But that looks to be about it for Stepney. So let's go ahead and get the... I like to use diamonds for a temporary block just to make sure I have a temporary block that does not fit with the rest of the train, so I don't have to worry about leaving that in. Or if I do leave that in, I will know it's a temporary block and it doesn't match with everything else. But let's go ahead and call it Stepney. Let's give it a little test drive. I feel like this isn't too bad. Now, Stepney's class is called terriers because when when they're chugging along, their chuffing sounds like a terrier's barking. I could not make that happen with this. So that's a little bit of a little detail about the train that we unfortunately will not be able to recreate in this video. However, if you have liked the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Definitely on that subscribe part, that'd be really neat. That'd be real nice. If you didn't like the video, tell me what you didn't like about the video. That is something I need to know. Working on getting a better mod pack for building these trains, and more importantly, for survival. Survival Let's Play. I've been looking at. Uh, I don't know how likely it is, but it's something I'd like to do. And if that's something that interests you, or at least starting fresh, as opposed to 1,000 days in, like I did for the other videos I occasionally post, please let me know. I'd love to know what everyone else is thinking here, because half the time I don't even know what I'm thinking. But once again, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I don't know if you got the message yet. And yeah, I'll see you. Peace.